Hello. Um, I have been given a task which is to basically paralyze paralyze the. Let me take 1 second. I have to work around 700 images. Usually images are huge, and in between there is a requirement that you guys were calling each image one time for processing from different to extract different fields. So at that case our n8n flow slacks. It will not execute wholly, so it will wait for one thing and another thing. So it will take like a whole bunch of time, and it will not be an optimized. If the load increases, there may be possibilities of getting your server down due to the heavy requests. So I came up with a solution. Before going on solution, I have to show how I achieved concurrency and extracts these fields from wherever the to wherever the API does, whichever the API does this extraction part, and store it in Supabase, Firebase, wherever, and build a mini front end, etc. These are the main part of the task is to show how I achieved the concurrency. So I've made a custom server, node server. In that I've used BullMQ and Redis server for this. Is basically what it does is instead of calling and waiting for the API to complete and getting back the result and storing it, I just send the image data to my node server. My node server has the Redis server ready, service worker. Uh, what it does is it adds in a Redis queue. So and the queue executes one by one. So the main part here is concurrency. So if I request, if I push one API, if I hit my server and the file gets into this queue has 4 job workers, so it can handle 4 requests. We can increase based on our computer capabilities, but for now my computer is a bit low one, so I'm just using this, what do we call, using a 4 concurrency. You can do whatever number you want. For testing purposes I kept it to limit. And now I'll show the demo of our n8n flow. Basically what it does is I have split the image data around 700 images, so 200 or something like that. So this is how it works. Something happened in the node, but okay, this node is reading files and sent 226 files here, and our queue got started. So it started inserting in our Supabase. Our server is getting hits of image data, and it is concurrently processing each request. Instead of waiting for the API to complete, now our workflow is actually completed here. I don't know why it is still showing that. Well, we'll sort it out. uh, you can see the response of this. So I guess it is completed. Yeah, it is completed, but I can stop executing this. It is completed, but some bug, I guess, it I have been seeing in local n8n. So our Redis queue doesn't flood up the RAM. it works like butter. It is completing around metadata and inserting the data over here. We can see, huh, mm, how did I handle the errors? If for example I kept it asleep of 1 second for mocking as if we are calling an API. So if some error occurs, I take the whole file data and mark it as error true file. So and insert it in our file in our DB as an error file. So those inserted records I have made another front end app which runs on 3001 n8n test UI. Let me run for you. Okay, for mocking purposes, mock purposes, I created this. Our data is getting inserted is around 784 images, and this is all random data. You can actually edit this data, which is an optional part, but I did it. You can add or delete. Now what I think is, if the file has error, we can use a retry button and push it into the same server queue. So something just happened and the now queue is completed. You can see here the queue is completed. There are some, I think I have explained everything. Let me show the explanation around parallelization is simple. I used queue and concurrency of queue, so it works like a 4 APIs. It is hitting 4 APIs at a time and getting the results in a queue, so it is faster. If it is in a production server, we can increase the concurrency to 20, because 20 workers will work very hard. So will be will be dealing with good results and good processing, good performance in it, instead of waiting for another node to complete. And our workflow isn't bugged yet, so workflow is also fine. uh, I think everything is done. Let me see the data again. I think we are at 813. So if you want to edit, you can edit. Test data 813. You can save. Let's reload. 3 test data is editable. And you have questions for me, like where's the brief summary of covering? I have used this storage solution as a super base, and what part worked well. With more time, I can what parts worked well and what you would improve with more time. With more, the worked well part is the queue and n8n together. The challenging part was to run the n8n locally and read the folder locally, uh, and split those folders. And the server part is easy, simple, but I what do I want to improve is, instead of using express, I'll use some nest.js, so it is more bundled and moduled and structured code. And I think that is it. I hope you guys liked my project. And yeah, I think 50,000 images per month we can handle with this logic. More than that we can handle with this. It will run smoothly without getting down. So yeah, again, what are the things I can improve? We can improve is hashing of image. If already exists, don't re-upload. That is very important if you are dealing with multiple images. Redis queue, there is another method in n8n. We can run n8n in Redis, so we can go explore that part. And I said I want a model structured and optimization. There is one more thing we can do with the server. That is, we can run this server in a cluster mode. Like if one server has concurrency of four workers, if we run this in 4 cluster mode, then 4 for the 16 workers we have, and the Redis handles this queue system very nicely, that it won't send duplicate requests to another cluster, and it will lock that job ID, so we are good.